Hello! This is a very different video from what I normally do, but I decided to show you what I like to eat in a week as a vegan, because these are the kind of videos I like to watch, and so I decided to just try one. So sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy it. So on Monday, I started off the day with a smoothie, and I really like this because it basically feels like having a milkshake for breakfast. And you can see my Drew Gooden video that I'm watching in the background this entire time. I like to keep frozen bananas in the freezer cut up already because this makes it way easier to just throw them in. So I added that, and then an avocado, which I realized was disgusting inside, and I clearly was not happy about it. But I found another one that was salvageable, and I used about like half of it, and then some cinnamon, vanilla extract, cocoa powder, peanut butter, and maple syrup. Then I blended it up with some water and my claw hand for some reason, and I added some ice to make it even more slushy-ish. That morning it wasn't as good as it can be. I don't know what I did wrong, but it was still quite nice. For lunch, I had some way too spicy vegetables, but that was my fault. I added oil to a pan and fried up what vegetables there were left in the fridge at this point. My mom hadn't gone shopping, and I cut them up and fried them for like 8 minutes, I would say. I like to add this spice called Caribbean jerk, and that's some thyme and tomato sauce. And I guess I just added too much Caribbean jerk because it was pretty spicy. I had this alongside a leftover sandwich from the Fussy Vegan, and I cut it up nice so it would look presentable. It's one of my favorite sandwiches ever, and it's a tofu mayo, which is a take on chicken mayo. And I really enjoyed it, despite it being way too hot. This is me struggling to get through. Dinner was spaghetti and meatballs. I wanted to try something new because my mom let me make dinner, and so I made my own meatballs, fake meat, obviously. So I blended up some oats into as much of a powder as I could get them, and I rinsed the can of beans that I used because this is a tip for vegans out there. It helps with flatulence. I added those to the food processor with some nutritional yeast, which is the weirdest thing, and garlic, some salt, and a flax egg. Then this blended up pretty nicely into a cool consistency, which I then rolled into balls while I sang along to some music. But just a warning, don't spray your pan too close to your face or else you'll look like an idiot and cough a bunch. Then I added these after baking them for about 12 minutes to some marinara sauce. I made noodles and some vegetables on the side, and it was very, very good. I don't think they tasted like meatballs, but they tasted really good, and I totally would recommend. Tuesday, I started off with some oatmeal, and this is my go-to oats, so everybody who has their own recipe, please don't at me. These are the ones that I like to do. I just added half a cup of oats and water, and I put that in the microwave for 2 minutes on and off, and then I always put peanut butter, cinnamon, vanilla, sweetener, and soy milk. This is like the basis, and it always turns out great. And then I just made it fancy for you guys, so I would look all cute and fancy, but it normally doesn't look like this. The raisins are an amazing touch. Then I was feeling pretty bloated, so I decided to have some ginger tea, and I clearly don't handle it well, but it did help. It did help with my stomach feeling less bloated. Then for lunch, the power was out, so I had to go cold, and so I opted for a salad, which was really good. I tend to get quite creative with my salads and just add whatever I can. The constant is always lettuce. This one had some chickpeas and lentils in it that I had cooked previously, and some vegan cheese, which was a cool addition. Dinner, we ordered Simply Asia, and I got a tofu stir-fry thing with mushrooms and sauce, and it was really nice. It looks kind of weird, but it was really good. After dinner, I had some dark chocolate, which apparently made me want to dance. And the sky on Tuesday night was insane, and everyone in our country posted about it. So I don't think this should be any surprise to you, but I hopped on the roof and went to take pictures. Then Wednesday, I had a bit of a late start because I was studying for a test and finishing up before I had breakfast. And the test went well, thanks. And because that was my last exam, I wanted to celebrate by making pancakes. I have a really good recipe that I'll link in the description for vegan pancakes that I opt for every time. And because I was feeling extra celebratory, I added some chocolate to the pancakes, and that was a very good idea. I'm also a professional at flipping pancakes, and you can tell by the look on my face. This shot I'm very proud of, and I'm also very proud of the pancakes. They were amazing. I'm celebrating being done with second year. Yay! Later that day, I went on a walk, which was mostly nice, but it was so hot, so it wasn't great. But then I got home and made another adventurous meal. I decided to try making cauliflower rice because I bought a bunch of cauliflower, but I didn't know what to do with it. So I made it into rice. It took longer than, it should have. But I grated the cauliflower into tiny pieces, and I laid it out and dried it. And I don't know why, apparently that's what you're supposed to do. After I dried it, I pan-fried it a little bit. I had that with some random assorted vegetables, and realized that some tomatoes have brains, and it's kind of scary, and I'm sorry, but I didn't eat that one. Then I tried to do a trick, which didn't work. I fried up these vegetables with some soy sauce because I felt like having a stir-fry-ish flavor. It turned out really good. It was a lot. I didn't finish it, but it was very nice, and the flavors, the broccoli and the corn. Is broccoli and corn a thing? Because I enjoyed it a lot. For dinner, I had some leftover quinoa salad, which I had made previously, but I will also link the recipe for this because it's really good and it's one of our staples. Thursday was Thanksgiving. I started off the day with a smoothie bowl, which I don't always do, but I felt like this would be fun. So I froze some blueberries the night before, some bananas, and then I added some peanut butter, flax seed, and I blended that up with some pineapple juice. The recipe I followed called for orange juice, but it didn't make much of a difference. And yes, my blender struggled a lot with this, but eventually I got it to a pretty good consistency, and it worked very well, and it tasted really good. I added some more peanut butter on top, which didn't look great, but hey, it's fine. We move on. And this was really nice. Then, because I gave blood that day, I wanted to be extra satiated, so in the mid-morning before I left, got some beans on toast so that I could be full of iron and protein, and giving blood was good. He kind of poked me wrong, but it all came out good. I don't know what it is about juice when you're giving blood, but it slaps so hard. And then when I got home for lunch, I wasn't that hungry, so I had some rice cakes with avocado on them, and I topped these with some paprika and salt and pepper, cherry tomatoes, and some more vegan cheese. After that, I needed a sugar spike because I was feeling quite low, and so I had more dark chocolate. And then it was Thanksgiving dinner. This was a very proud vegan moment for myself because I did not think I'd be able to recreate my favorite Thanksgiving meals, but vegan, and I did, and it was incredible. So I made myself a vegan stuffing, which is just bread and stock and butter, vegan butter, and spices. We also had sweet potato that my mom made to be vegan. I deep fried tofu so that it tasted and looked like chicken, and it was incredible. And I also made a green bean casserole, which was really good, and I just made a vegan cheese sauce with it and topped it with breadcrumbs. Phoebe, of course, deserved a Thanksgiving meal as well, so she got some treats, which she loves very, very much. I also successfully made a vegan pumpkin pie with coconut whipped cream on top. This was so delicious, and it's my favorite part. Pumpkin pie is my favorite part of Thanksgiving. And Friday, I wanted to try this Orgran vegan egg substitute, which is supposed to turn into scrambled eggs consistency. And normally I really like using tofu and making tofu scramble, but this one I decided to try because I needed it for a recipe. So I added water and oil to the substitute and mixed it up into a weird yellow paste. Then I fried up some cherry tomatoes to put on the side, and I toasted some toast. The vegan egg substitute was a very strange consistency, and I think I had the pan way too hot because it immediately freaked out and started bubbling, and it scared me a lot. But I didn't burn it, and I managed to get it to somewhat of a scrambled egg-like consistency, and I was pretty impressed with the way that it worked. I added some paprika and salt and pepper. It said that you're not supposed to move it that much, so I didn't want to keep it on there and move it around too much, so I kind of just decided it was done and put it on my toast. And then I tried it. I was pretty excited and I wasn't sure what to expect, but hey, it actually wasn't that bad. It definitely didn't taste exactly like scrambled eggs or what I remember them to taste like, but I did enjoy it, and it was better with things. On its own, it was a bit strange, but on toast and with some tomato sauce, I think it definitely gets an 8 out of 10. Then my friends were coming over later, so I wanted to make some guacamole, and I did this very quickly and messily because I was running late. I mashed up some avocados and cut up a lemon and added some of that lemon juice to the avocado, as well as some salt and pepper. Then my friends came over and we had chips and guac and salsa, which we also made, but I didn't film it. Then for dinner, my family ordered pizza, and they ordered me one without cheese, so I added some of my own vegan cheese, and I shouldn't have put the cardboard in the oven, that was a bad idea. But I heated it up in the oven quickly so that it would kind of melt, and it was really good. The vegan cheese I got is a very nice, cheap brand that works best on pizza. The rest of the weekend was pretty lazy. I basically ate leftovers from Thanksgiving and leftovers from what I'd made in the week, and on Saturday morning I made another one of my favorite smoothies. It's just banana, peanut butter, some vanilla and cinnamon, soy milk, and maple syrup. That is another one of my go-to smoothies, and other than that, there was nothing really interesting to film in the rest of my weekend, so I guess I'll just end it there. So that was my week, basically. It was a bit of a strange one because there was Thanksgiving in the middle, but it was also pretty representative of what I enjoyed the most and what I tend to make every day. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching such a different video. I have just been obsessed with this kind of video, and that's all I wanted to make. And also maybe some of you are interested in some cool vegan things you can try. Thank you for watching. I'll be back with a normal video next week or some other time. And yeah, subscribe, give this video a like, and I'll see you later.